is if you go down the list on Wikipedia, we always cast the top match of every set of matches. And if there's multiple matches, then we cast those ones at the end. But for now, it's going to be GuMiho Dark. GuMiho Dark. Dark versus Cure. GuMiho versus Cure. And then into those other matches. Bottom right is Dark. Top left is GuMiho. As we get ourselves into some more SC2. Oceanborn to start off this best of 3. Definitely feeling this could be a pretty fun one. Like I say, these are 2 players who do not necessarily play to the normal of the time. Definitely play a little bit differently. Can absolutely imagine them providing some pretty fun games here. Excited to see what that looks like. What will the plan be? Hatch gas and pool, so nothing immediately crazy on the opening couple of moments here. Everything looking very regular in that regard at the very least, so no surprises in the first 2 minutes of the game. It is a low ground barracks and Reapers though from GuMiho. He's been doing this. He actually played a series against Dark recently. I can't remember what it was from, but they played and GuMiho did this, got into a great position, and then just proceeded to die to the counter attack. Oh no, it wasn't that. He was doing good damage with the Reapers, and it looked like he had great control, but then he just stuck around too long. He got greedy with the damage he was doing, lost the Reapers, then died to the counterattack because he had no way to scout what was going on. That's what happened. What tournament was that in? Probably a ESL Open Cup, I guess. Well, let's see how it goes as the feelings. 2 under across here from Darks. That pull first is coming into play with the Lings getting across the map nice and quickly. Not wasting any time there. See our Queen firing up. A few Lings are going to fire back and go back and forth. And the Reaper is going to be there to chase this down. Let's do the full wall up at the front. This is a scenario where the Reapers... the Lings can't really get in. However, a Reaper just died to slow Lings. That's not really meant to happen. That's absolutely not meant to happen. Well, we have Bunker coming up here. Refinery coming through. Link speed is still building. Just for the next few moments, as we have ourselves a couple of Reapers continue to move about. Link's still trying to get up and operational here. Just going to have a couple of Queens still coming about as well. Stimpback coming through. Marina's on the way. Reactor is building. And a little bit of everything still coming over as our Reaper's going to go pinging onto that hatchery. Now some Lang is going to begin to move across onto the map. Again, Link speed, couple of drones all coming through. And a lot of this underway for the moment. And Ling is going to kick off with that. Link speed and Dark will be able to move forward looking for some potential damage. So just going to come wandering in. And Bunker is going to be good to play defense. The Reapers are going to be out there as well to hold this off. So again, a good little defense setup so far. We have a third CC coming down from GuMiho. Just on his way to that stim, on his way into the next stage of this game, and doing it all very comfortably, I'd say. Definitely seems to be moving forwards without too many problems for now. Couple Reapers come all the way about back to this bunker. And now just seeing some Lings. They get turned around as well, so they will not be able to do too much. They're just going to get shut down also. A little bit of a cleanup there as that Reaper's still chilling out the front. Then combat shield coming in, the starport still building. We just get ourselves double Evo chamber actually on the way from Dark. Be interesting to see if he's going to play like double Evo into just some Ling Bane and so on. Now, it's always funny. I always think of the quote of I remember who actually said it. I can't remember who it was, but someone was like, it was like Mara or someone. Someone was like, "How do you feel like about Dark? You always playing these weird road strategies. Is it difficult to play against?" And Mara was like, "Well, actually, no. I feel like Dark's a worse player when he plays roaches compared to when he plays Ling Bane. So I'm actually kind of happy he keeps throwing against me." This is really funny because at the time, Dark really was very well known for just again all these weird different roach openings in ZvT. He's one of the few players to really kind of live and die by roaches at this point in time. I always thought it was such a funny quote back then. Because Dark was a terrifying ZvT kind of Ling Bane player too. He showed us to that when he beat Clem, when Clem was an absolute TVZ god. He really shut Clem down in the TSL playoffs. That was a statement being made right there. And you know, like I said, doing it without the roaches as well was kind of wild. Because again, that's what we kind of just were thinking of Dark for the last couple of years. As our Marines going to step forwards and Queens are going to be here. Just have the Ling is going to run across. A lot on the way from Dark, not a lot ready just yet. Right now it is quite literally Lings and Queens. Bane Nest just about to finish. One more melee upgrades halfway done. Lair halfway done. A lot of stuff that just needs a few more moments to actually get finished off setting up. And then we should be good to continue through as we have ourselves the Marines. Continue just unload up onto the high ground. The Lings are going to come over again. The Lord's still moving out down to the south. I'm just going to be seeing a few extra Banelings coming through. That Lair finishing in just a couple of moments. He's still coming over. Going to get rid of that medevac. Nice shutdown. Be able to shoot that away. Get rid of it for the moment. Well, in the end, we are going to see Dark able to live through to seeing his upgrades come into fruition, so obviously that is a good sign. Let's have those Marines still coming over, just going for a little bit more damage still. +2 melee, +2 carapace, both on the way. We actually have GuMiho about to start his own 2-2 when his armory finishes here in the next couple of moments. Just getting that completed. Loads the units back up, gonna bring them back over this right hand side. So again, trying to see what else can be done here. As we have Ling Bane continuing across, the medevac gonna load up, back it off for the moment. Still got our Hellions, Marines, medevacs, 2-2 upgrades all coming about. The Hive is building from Dark as well, so still just bringing everything up and running. It's just very quick into that Hive tech now, right? Once he's gotten started, he is not skipping any beats at all. He is just going to go, keep on teching up, and just it's a terrifying game to kind of be up against him in. Because he's just going to have that much tech to be working with. Prince come forward, a couple of troop teamers will be going down. Ling Bane still gathering together, the Hive coming up, the Lings all on the way. Yo, Diamatcat, thank you so much for the 26-month resub on the Prime. Good morning, my friend. Happy to have some SSD to get you through the day. Hell yeah. And thank you, Reno, for the raid. Welcome, guys. Hope you're all having fun. Welcome to the WardiTV Korean Royale. As we have ourselves, the Lings is going to go onto this set of rocks, trying to play open up on that. 2-2 still coming around here on both sides. The Viper's building, Lings and Bane's building. Much of this is possible still coming up. Obviously just tech from Dark. Like I say, once he started, he just really did not take a moment to stop in this game. He's just been absolutely committed to moving forwards in this. Ling Bane still coming about. And she's going to get counterattack, and the door is open. Oh, that's never a good sign when the door is open and you're going to get free access. That is absolutely terrible for GuMiho. He's going to have Banes roll into this mineral line too, and he can't pay attention because he's got too much going on. He's going to try and shove through the middle of the map. He's going to try and win this with one fell swoop, one big hit. Just try and take this down as the Ling Bane gets to the center. Marines are still pulling backward. 29 SCVs it gets so far. But also GuMiho's army dead. And that's the problem for GuMiho, is that he just kind of needed this to be a complete success. He needed to just go straight through this and never stop or turn around or anything. And obviously that has just not been happening. This army of Dark was able to find a defense, and that's what it comes down to in these scenarios. It's always a question of, Can the Zerg push back that Terran army one time? And if so, they're probably in a great spot. In the top right-hand side, down a game is going to be the red Terran player GuMiho, taking on our blue Zerg. In the bottom left-hand side, a Crimson Quarter Dark, with that 1-0 lead. Play commanding performance to start us off. Let's see what the next stage of this shall bring. Another game. That's going to be pool first again from Dark, so looking to get some links on the map, cause some trouble early. On the other side of everything, you do see GuMiho just setting up with that racks and the gas. GuMiho loved this map earlier against Shin, looked very comfortable and confident pushing through, and especially against a Roach style, he was looking very, very good, so definitely feel as though that might be something he can keep a hold of here. Going into game number 2 against Dark. Maybe try and dig some hope and some love out of that earlier result for yourself. Six things starting up, so again we are going to see that pool first action coming into play nigh on immediately. His feelings make their way up across the top side of the map. Roadrunner finishing in a moment here from Dark, so getting that completed. Potential to just be aggressive this time around, right? Just to play this a little bit differently from what we saw before. We do have a Marine going to be there. SCVs as well. Have a Marine fighting back, and that is going to be this sling. Taking some damage. The SCVs continue to pull through. Again, just causing some trouble, causing some disruption. I mean, there's a lot of SCVs pulled off the line, so there's mining time lost. Keeps you safe in case GuMiho plays the proxy as well, right? So you're safe, and then you can put a bit of pressure on from this safety. Honestly, not a bad way to open. You don't want to pull first every game, because if you do it all the time, your opponent just is like, well, I'm not going to move my Reaper out, or can I let myself get exposed? In this case, then you've got the Roach follow-up to handle as well, and you haven't spotted this until now, so this is then a late response to that, although in fairness, this is also a situation where in this game, you can see the you can see the bunker was already pre-building from GuMiho, so he was already making some efforts to be safe and secure during this one. Is going to be there, pushing back a little bit, and just have ourselves the Alien Reaper going in. Spunk is going to go down, so the Roach Ravager will still be active on this side, but both players are going to lose workers here. So this is not going to be a easy time for anybody. Plain and simple. And there's that Cyclone. Actually very nearly going down. Ooh, we got to play dangerous games here now. Keep the Cyclone locked on. You don't really want to let go of the scenario, but yeah, definitely a little bit of a a little situation breaking out during that one. To come through it though, we survive in for the moment. Got to move by for now. Banshee on the way from GuMiho definitely would like to get himself back in this with some pressure and aggression of his own, so could be looking towards that Banshee as a way to make the most of that. Now that could be a possibility. Vic keeps on moving around as well. Just seeing what else is happening here. Cyclones both locking on the Overlord and end up getting pushed away. And by Cyclones, Banshee, Reaper all together here. Reaper just hops up into that main base. Trying to see a little bit of what is going on. Trying to find some value just for the moment. Things will come over though, and the Reaper is going to get chased away as well. So that Reaper getting pushed all the way out. Low HP. 2 more factories on the way as GuMiho is going to decide it's time to play mech. Of course he did. It's GuMiho. In part I'm not surprised. In part I'm absolutely surprised. So yeah, GuMiho doing just GuMiho things, I guess. As we have ourselves this rack still just floating up overhead, we got ourselves a lag coming through, a couple of armories are building. So we got a lot of different bits and pieces being brought up right now as our Banshee continues to go moving about. With the double armory coming through, GuMiho actually gets into a fairly dangerous spot in terms of the damage he can deal. He can actually get into a pretty good spot in all of this. It's definitely something we've seen him be able to capitalize on before, right? When he gets those armories up and he starts some heavy upgrades. There's actually a lot of things he's actually been able to do from this point a lot of the time. I think of like double 4 drops, for example, as a big popular choice from GuMiho. That's something he's done a few times over, for example. Definitely one of the things you can expect to see out of a GuMiho. But this is actually just straight up double upgrades at the moment, so never mind any of that. Pure double upgrades, tank still on the way. No double 4 drop Hellbat attack or anything like that. Everything looking a lot more regular than that instead, as our Banshee and Raven just pulling back. Apparently no creep to be cleared. One of the nice things about having that Raven outright is you don't have to go scanning up the creep all of the time. You can just sort of sit and chill. Raven and the Banshee getting rid of some creep tumors. Actually do lose the Raven though. That's a bit of a shame just because if you've invested into it, it is kind of nice to then keep around. Like, it's not something you kind of desperately need, but it's absolutely nice to have around for sure. Roaches, Ling's just going to finish off that set of rocks. Just going to clean that up, open that up. Hurricane engines, that upgrade on the far right of the production tab, by the way, for GuMiho. I know there's a lot of people that don't know about this new upgrade or the new change. It's just the Cyclone speed upgrade. So that is that. It got a new name and a new icon in the recent patch. And of course, mech isn't super popular, so don't blame me if you don't know what it is. Swarmo's coming up with the Nidus attempts, but we're going to be on top of Nidus number 1. And that is going to go down. Don't think anything's popping out of it, so GuMiho's beginning or initial attempts to kind of play the denial on this aggression is going to start out decently, to be fair. We're going to find the next Nidus as well, so no luck at all with these Swarmos getting into position. So that should get very interesting if the Swarmos never pop out of the Nidus and have to be played defensively. Because GuMiho is out across in position right now, which is kind of scary as well. Well, that's going to continue to fight. We have our tank still fighting. A couple of roaches getting shot at. Other Hellbats still coming through. Cyclones are building. Medivacs on the way. Infernal Pre-Igniter coming up as well. As just got these Hellbats up in the front. Roaches going to still be shot at here as the Vikings will sit tight and get rid of this hatchery. And the hatch goes down. The Broodlings drop. See the Broodlords are going to come pressing through. The Broodlings will drop straight on down into this. The tank's still firing. Roach is taking still a bit of a beating as Dark is kind of getting there, but not very quickly. Now, the last bits of this army are going to be tough to get through. The road numbers are gone. A lot of it's in production, apparently, as well. So Dark, yeah, he has the Swarm Horse that eating up a lot of his production on supply numbers as well. Supply-wise, Dark looks great. It's just he needs these Swarm Horses to come back into play to really help him play the cleanup, and that's the one thing that's kind of missing for him at the moment. So, yeah, for that reason, GuMiho will kind of get out of here alive. Will kind of just be, just about fine. Cyclones come over, the Nidus gets killed. We have ourselves Nidus in the top side of the map as well, so just bringing that through as well. A little bit of everything on the way here. Just for the moment, there is the Nidus popping out. The Swarm Horse finally going to get used aggressively. I mean, that's something we want to be having the Swarm Horse do from the very get-go usually, but it's been good denials from GuMiho. But now you do have to deal with the fact that they're going to be across here and able to drop into your mineral lines and just cause you all this trouble that you've not really had to handle so far. Cyclones do get caught in that. 2 Cyclones drop down dead. A third will just stand and die also. Is actually going to get a 4th with a final shot. It's really not bad. You can turn around this drop of medevacs as well. No luck found on those. Cyclones still attacking. Roger Ravage is pushing through. The Cyclones lift back up into the medevacs. All of these Cyclones continue to come together as the Overseer on the top comes in. We are going to try and deny that Nidus, but that might be a little bit too hopeful. Swarm Horse already jumping into it. And as the Swarm Horse Locust go one side, the Roach Ravager pushes up the other, and Dark hitting with the multi-prong right now. And he's going to hit pretty nicely as the SCVs try and pull out. Engineering Bay goes down as well. Cyclones get back out down to the bottom. Couple drones dropping down. Roaches are still running over. We actually managed to nab 1 Cyclone there. We'll hit the meta right back. Liberator coming through. Just gonna see the Roach Ravager showing up. A couple of Cyclones go down. More corrosive files, but the Cyclone's going to turn away once again. Not going to get caught in those. Making sure we're going to keep ourselves nice and safe. Away from trouble as best as possible. This is going to be, I mean, both players going to get towards maxing out again, but obviously GuMiho is going to be down at 4th base at the moment. Without that, life will be a struggle. And again, expensive as well, because anything you lose is going to be so much more difficult to replace. Cyclones moving up, Hellbat's coming around. A couple of Vikings landed on the high ground as well. A few of those drones getting dropped in. Locust still firing away. Missile turret taking some damage. You are going to come forward here. Queen gets killed off. The Cyclones come by. The siege tank's going to get siege up again. Ravage is going to get blasted. And more roaches building. The Viper's coming now. We get ourselves back onto this hatchery here. So just going to knock our way through it. There's the Hellion Cyclone. Liberators. Tanks. Everything in production. GuMiho honestly with a good push. Just not really enough eco to kind of keep it all going. This base will have to lift up. If you lift it up, the SCVs are here and they're going to get targeted down. So that's not even really a win either. I mean, I guess obviously it's still nice to have the base available to drop back into place, but the SCVs is obviously still a pretty sizable loss. We're just finding even more SCVs. This is now 36 dead workers. This is actually a lot more damage than I thought. I thought it was going to even out worker counts, but it actually just did so much more than that. GuMiho going to be on the bare bones of an economy here, although he does have apparently mules for days. Plans, +2 melee, +3 missiles, all coming up. And get these locusts popping now. Gonna move over. Cyclone's still hanging about. These locusts still pressing forward as well. Hellions are still moving across. We just have our Hellbats and our Cyclones still getting ready to rumble as you see Lings, drones all coming through as well. Just have ourselves the Ravagers coming across. There's 7 additional Cyclones on the way, by the way. It's really ramping up the numbers a bit as we do have Hellbats and Libs. Just going to clear up this Nidus network. Just going to finish that up as well. Cyclones will go finishing off this Nidus, another Nidus on the right hand side. Again, got to keep on top of those. You really do not want them to keep on popping up, although Doc is already here with the Storm Host just on the front lines and just going to fire those straight on through onto this location. A couple of Corrosive Vials and Parasitic Bombs combined, going to get rid of some of these Libs as well, so that's going to be a nice job right there. Still pressing forward, a couple more Locusts getting dropped as they fly on in. This army of GuMiho just still pushing through the middle of the map. A couple of Liberators setting up on this high ground, although I don't think there's much for them to really hit here. This is really a GuMiho army push. And drop the Nidus network down. Just going to keep on pressing forwards. A couple more Parasitic Bombs. Coming over right here, still got Corrosive Vials dropping in. Hellbats with Cyclones firing it up. Thanks for on siege. Just gonna see the Locusts coming in once again. Nice fight from Dog. All those Corrosive Vials hitting the tanks, clearing those out very easily. That's very nicely done, absolutely. Cyclones and Roaches still coming about here. We get 12 more Ravages in production. Corrosive Vials will nearly get liberated, but not quite. The Cyclones are still going to get rid of the base, to be fair. GuMiho will fight until the absolute bitter end here. Refuses to let this one go easily. So, Swarm Host in trouble. GuMiho is absolutely going to make this as difficult as possible, man. Well, a bunch of Swarm Hosts went down. To be fair, I mean, Dog's army is not the most efficient of armies when it comes to actually being able to attack in, because it's, well, it is very Ravager heavy, which Ravagers are expensive. I guess this is not really a Roach-based army, it's Ravager focused, so that's kind of wild. And Dog's just going to win out. Okay, so Dog just get there in the end. That was a little bit wild to say the least. GG's.